You're lying in bed. It's 2 a.m. You hear something outside, a noise. Could be nothing. Could be someone trying your door. Your heart races. You're alone. You get up and check the locks. Again. For the third time tonight. You can't sleep because you're worried. Worried about break-ins. Worried about theft. Worried that you're vulnerable. So you think, I need cameras. I need security. You search online. Ring system, $500. Alarm company, $60 a month. Professional installation, another $300. You can't afford it. You're on a fixed income. So you lie there, worrying, unprotected. But here's what you don't know. You don't have to spend thousands. You don't have to have a security company. In the next 12 minutes, I'm showing you 5 devices, 5 security devices, all under $50 each, that work together like a $2,000 professional system, but cost you less than $200 total. And I'm showing you how to install every single one yourself. No technician needed, no monthly bills, no contracts, just you, your phone, and complete peace of mind. Let's talk about why home security matters for seniors specifically. The FBI reports that over 3.7 million home burglaries happen in the United States every single year. 3.7 million. And seniors living alone are disproportionately targeted. Why? Because burglars assume you have predictable schedules. They assume you have savings and valuables accumulated over decades. They assume you're physically less able to defend yourself or chase them down. This isn't fear-mongering. This is reality. The AARP conducted a study on home security concerns among Americans over 65. 82% reported feeling anxious about home break-ins. 67% said they avoid going out at night because they're worried about leaving their home unprotected. And 49% admitted they don't have any security system at all because they can't afford the installation costs and monthly fees. Here's the problem with traditional security systems. They're designed for families with disposable income. ADT, Vivint, SimpliSafe with professional monitoring. You're looking at $500 to $1,000 for equipment, $200 to $500 for installation, and $50 to $80 every single month for monitoring. Over 5 years, that's $4,000 to $6,000. Most seniors on Social Security can't justify that expense. But here's what changed in the last 5 years. Technology became affordable. Cameras that used to cost $300 now cost $30. Smart locks that were $500 are now $50. Motion sensors that required professional installation are now stick and go for $15. You can build a complete, professional-grade security system for under $200. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Device number 1. The Wyze Cam V3. This camera costs between $25 and $30 on Amazon, and it does everything a $300 security camera does. Color night vision, two-way audio so you can talk through the camera, motion and sound detection, weatherproof so it works indoors and outdoors, and it records to a micro SD card or to the cloud. Here's why this is perfect for seniors. The Wyze app is simple. You download it on your phone. You plug the camera into power. You scan a QR code with your phone. Done. The camera is connected. Now you can see live video from anywhere. You're at the doctor's office. Check your front door. You're visiting your daughter. See if the package was delivered. You're in bed at night and you hear a noise. Pull up the app and look at your driveway without getting up. The two-way audio is a game changer. Someone's at your door. You can speak to them through the camera before you even get up. Can I help you? If it's a delivery person, great. If it's a scammer trying to sell something, you just told them someone's home and they leave. You don't have to open the door. You don't have to interact physically. You're in control. Real-world example. Margaret is 78, lives alone in Ohio. She installed a Wyze Cam pointed at her front porch. 3 weeks later, she gets a motion alert at 2 p.m. Someone's on her porch. She opens the app. It's a man in plain clothes, no uniform, no delivery truck. He's trying her door handle. She immediately calls the police and speaks through the camera. I've called the police. I have you on video. The man runs. Police arrive. They have the footage. The man was part of a burglary ring targeting elderly homes during the day when people are usually out. Margaret caught him because she had a $30 camera. Installation: plug it in. Mount it with the included bracket. Download the app. Scan the QR code. You're done in 10 minutes. Device number 2. The Ring Video Doorbell. This one costs between $40 and $50 for the basic wired version. If you want battery-powered, it's around $60, but still under $100. Here's what it does. Replaces your existing doorbell. Shows you who's at your door on your phone. Records video when motion is detected. Has two-way audio so you can talk to whoever's there. And it integrates with Alexa if you have that. Why seniors love this device? You never have to open your door to see who's there. How many times have you opened your door to a stranger because you thought it might be important? The mail carrier, a neighbor, your grandson. But instead, it's someone selling solar panels. Or worse, it's a scammer running the IRS warrant. Scheme, or pretending to be from your utility company. With a Ring doorbell, you see them before they see you. You can choose to answer through the app or ignore completely. If it's legitimate, they'll leave a note or come back. If it's a scam, they move on to the next house. Real-world example. Robert is 81, lives in Florida. He installed a Ring doorbell after his neighbor got scammed by someone claiming to be from the water company. 2 months later, a woman rings his doorbell. Says she's with the utility company checking water meters. Robert can see her on his Ring app. She's dressed nicely. Has a clipboard. Looks official. But something feels off. He speaks through the Ring doorbell without opening his door. "Hi, can I help you?" The woman says, "I need to check your water meter in your home." Robert says, "Let me call the water company and verify that." The woman immediately gets agitated. No, that's not necessary. I'm here now." Red flag. The real utility company doesn't pressure you. Robert doesn't open the door. She leaves angry. He calls the water department. Turns out his water meter is outside the property. No one needs to come inside his home. That woman was running a home invasion scam. The Ring doorbell kept him safe. Installation? If you have an existing wired doorbell, you turn off power at the breaker, disconnect the old doorbell, connect Ring, turn power back on. If you don't have a wired doorbell, Ring sells a battery-powered version. Stick the bracket, install the battery, scan QR code. Same 10-minute setup. Device number 3. Motion sensor lights. These are simple. Solar-powered or battery-powered lights that turn on when they detect motion. Cost between $15 and $25 each. You want at least 2. One near your front entrance, one near your back patio or side yard. These are incredibly effective at deterring burglars. Why? Burglars work in darkness. They scout houses at night looking for homes without lights. No light means no one's home. No light means no one will see them. A motion sensor light destroys that advantage. Someone approaches your front door at midnight? Lights blast on, instantly, bright, exposing them to anyone who might be watching. Most burglars immediately move to the next house. The risk isn't worth it. Beyond security, motion lights are practical. You're coming home at night with groceries. Your hands are full. The light comes on automatically. No fumbling for keys in the dark. You can see the lock clearly. You're more confident. Less likely to fall because you can see where you're walking. Real-world example. Dorothy is 71. Lives in Arizona. She has arthritis and moves slowly. She installed 2 motion sensor lights. One at her front door, one at her back door. One night she's taking out the trash. Feels shaky on her feet. The backlight comes on automatically as she walks. She can see the ground, the steps, the driveway clearly. She places the trash can safely and walks back inside without tripping or falling. A month later, a neighborhood burglary happens. 3 houses are hit on her street. Hers isn't touched. The police report says, Homes with external lighting were avoided. The unlit homes were targeted. Dorothy's lights didn't just make her feel safer. They probably prevented her home from being burglarized. Installation. Most motion lights come with a bracket and adhesive strips. Mount on the wall pointing downward. Stick the battery in. Done. No wiring, no electrical work, no technician needed. Device number 4. Door and window sensors. These are magnetic sensors. You stick one part on the door frame, the other part on the door itself. Cost about $10 to $20 for a set of 4. When the door or window opens, the magnetic connection breaks and you get an alert on your phone. Here's why this is genius for seniors living alone. You can set these up to alert you if anyone opens a door or window while you're sleeping. You're in bed. It's 3 a.m. Someone breaks a window or tries your back door. Instantly, your phone alerts you. You know immediately something's wrong. You don't have to wonder. You're not vulnerable in your sleep. You're aware. You can call police immediately. Beyond intrusion detection. These sensors are practical for other reasons. You have a caregiver or family member who visits. You want to know if they properly closed and locked the door behind them when they left. You get an alert when the door opens and closes. You know they left safely. You're not wondering. You have elderly parents visiting. They tend to open windows in the middle of the night because they get hot. These sensors alert you if windows are opened. You can check on them. Make sure they're okay. Real-world example. James is 76, lives alone in Pennsylvania. His son lives across the country but worries about him. James installs door and window sensors on all entry points, connected to his phone. A few weeks later, James falls asleep early. Around midnight, he hears a loud crash. He's disoriented, confused, but his phone immediately alerts him that a window has been broken. Window sensor on the back bedroom. James immediately locks his bedroom door and calls 911. He stays on the phone with the dispatcher. The police arrive within 5 minutes. They find a burglar inside the home trying to access the living room. The burglar runs when police arrive. James is safe. He escaped the situation because he was alerted immediately by the sensor. Without it, the burglar might have found him sleeping and the situation could have been much worse. Installation. Peel the adhesive backing. Stick one piece on the door frame. Stick the other on the door. Open and close the door a few times to test. Download the app. Add the sensor, done in 2 minutes per sensor. Device number 5. The smart lock. You have 2 options here. A Wi-Fi-enabled smart lock around $40 to $50. Or a simple keypad lock for $30 that doesn't require Wi-Fi. Both work great. The Wi-Fi lock lets you unlock your door from your phone. The keypad lock lets you program codes so family members can enter without a key. Here's why this changes things. You're elderly. You have arthritis. Fumbling with keys is hard. A keypad code is easy. You're a caregiver visiting your aging parent. You don't need to carry a key. You use a code. Your granddaughter loses her house key? Instead of making a new key and driving it to her, she enters a code. Or you unlock it from your phone. You're elderly and you fall. You can't get to the door. Your son calls. You tell him you fell. He unlocks the door from his phone. EMTs can enter immediately. You get medical attention faster. Without a smart lock, you'd be on the floor waiting for someone to find a way to break in. Real-world example. Patricia is 79. Widow, lives in California. She has a keypad smart lock installed. One day, she's walking down the stairs and misses a step. She falls hard, breaks her hip, can't stand, lies at the bottom of the stairs. She calls her daughter. Daughter calls 911. EMTs arrive, but the door is locked. Normally, they'd have to break down the door or wait for someone with a key. But Patricia's daughter, who programmed a code into the lock, calls the lock company. They verify her identity. They unlock the door remotely. EMTs are inside within minutes. Patricia gets emergency surgery the same day. She survives. Recovery is better because of early medical intervention. The smart lock literally saved her life. Installation. For the keypad lock, you usually replace the interior deadbolt mechanism. Takes about 20 minutes if you're comfortable with basic tools. YouTube tutorials walk you through it step by step. For the Wi-Fi lock, same process. Slightly more setup on the app side, but still straightforward. Now, let's talk about how these 5 devices work as a complete system. You have cameras watching your exterior. You have a doorbell letting you see and communicate with anyone who comes to your door. You have motion lights deterring burglars from approaching in the first place. You have sensors alerting you if any entry point is compromised. And you have a smart lock giving you secure, easy access. This isn't 5 separate gadgets. It's an integrated security ecosystem. Someone approaches your home at night, the motion lights turn on. They're immediately exposed. If they continue anyway, your cameras record them. Your sensors know exactly which door or window they're trying. Your doorbell alerts you. You can speak to them through the camera. You can call police with video evidence. If they somehow get past that, if they somehow breach your door, your sensors immediately alert you. You're aware. You can hide safely. You can call 911. You have video evidence. Law enforcement has video evidence. The entire system protects you from multiple angles simultaneously. Total cost for all 5 devices, $150 to $200. One-time purchase, no monthly fees, no contracts, no installation costs. Compare that to a security company charging $50 a month. Over 5 years, that's $3,000. You save $2,800. Over 10 years, $6,000 savings. You own your system. You control it. You can take it with you if you move. You decide who has access. You decide what gets recorded. You're not dependent on a company that might go out of business or raise prices. You're building your own security infrastructure for the cost of 1 month of professional monitoring. But here's the thing that matters most. It's not the money saved. It's the peace of mind. You can sleep at night without anxiety. You hear a noise outside. You don't panic. You pull out your phone. You see what it is. Maybe it's a deer. Maybe it's a raccoon. Maybe it's a neighbor's cat. You know immediately. You're not lying there inventing worst-case scenarios. You're not terrified. You're informed. Your family stops worrying about you living alone. Your kids can relax knowing you have cameras, alerts, and sensors. They can check in on you. They can unlock the door remotely if needed. You're connected but independent. You have autonomy with security. That's what this system provides. It's not paranoia. It's practical peace of mind. It's sleeping better. It's not jumping at every noise. It's knowing you're protected. It's knowing that if something happens, you have video evidence. You have documentation. Law enforcement can respond faster and more effectively because you have clear footage of what occurred. So here's what we're going to do in the second part of this video. We're going to walk through exactly how to install each device. Step by step. I'm going to show you the actual apps. I'm going to show you the real setup process. We're going to talk about Wi-Fi requirements and what to do if you don't have strong Wi-Fi. We're going to talk about cloud storage versus local storage. We're going to put all 5 devices together and show you how they communicate as one system. And then I'm going to give you a complete checklist so you can order everything today and have your entire security system set up by this weekend. You'll be sleeping better, you'll be safer, and you'll be saving thousands of dollars compared to a professional security company. Don't go anywhere. Part 2 is coming in just a moment. All right, let me show you how to actually install this stuff because honestly, it's so simple that you're going to feel silly you didn't do it sooner. I'm going to walk you through each device like I'm standing right there in your living room with you. And trust me, you can do this. You don't need a technician. You don't need your grandson. You just need 15 minutes per device and a little bit of patience. Let's start with the Wyze camera because it's the easiest and it's going to give you immediate confidence. You're going to plug this thing into an outlet near a window. That's it. Literally, just plug it in. Now grab your phone and download the Wyze app. It's free. Open it up, and you're going to see a big plus sign. Tap it. The app immediately asks what you want to add. You select WyzeCam V3. Now here's the magic part. On the side of your camera there's a QR code printed right there. You point your phone's camera at it and let the app scan it. It takes about 3 seconds. The app suddenly shows your camera's live feed on your phone. You're not going to believe it actually worked. Now, the app asks for your Wi-Fi network. You select it, type your password, and the camera connects within 30 seconds. You're done. Seriously. Your first device is installed. Your phone now shows live video from your home. This is the moment when you realize how easy this is. The Ring doorbell is almost as easy but takes a few more minutes because you're replacing an existing doorbell. First thing you do is go to your circuit breaker and turn off power to your doorbell. This is important because electricity can hurt you. Find the breaker labeled doorbell and flip it off. Test your old doorbell by pressing the button. It doesn't work. Good. Now you go to your front door and unscrew the 2 wires from your old doorbell. You're going to see 2 little terminal screws. Unscrew them. Pull the old doorbell away from the wall. Now take your Ring doorbell. It has 2 terminal screws exactly like the old one. You twist the wires into these screws, making sure they're tight. Then you screw the Ring to the wall where the old one was. You go back to the breaker and turn power back on. Your Ring doorbell now has power. Download the Ring app on your phone, tap Setup, scan the QR code on the back of the doorbell. Select your Wi-Fi, type your password, and boom! You can now see who's at your door from anywhere in the world. Someone rings your doorbell while you're at the grocery store. You get an alert. You see their face. You can talk to them through the doorbell. They hear your voice coming from the doorbell. Most people get confused and leave. That's the whole point. Motion sensor lights are so ridiculously simple that you're going to wonder why you didn't buy them years ago. These things are solar powered. You literally stick them on your wall, and they work forever. Pick a spot near your front door and another near your back patio. Stick the mounting bracket to the wall using the adhesive strips that come with the light. Drop the light into the bracket. Find the little sensitivity dial and set it to the middle. At night, walk in front of the light. It turns on immediately. If it doesn't turn on, bump up the sensitivity. That's it. You have instant lighting that activates when anyone approaches your home. Burglars hate lights. Lights mean exposure. Lights mean witnesses. Most burglars see a motion light and immediately move to the next house. Door and window sensors are my favorite because they're so smart but so simple. You're going to measure 1 inch up from where your door opens. Make a tiny pencil mark. Wipe the door frame with an alcohol wipe. Clean it good. Remove the adhesive backing from the sensor housing and stick it to the frame at your mark. Now, remove the adhesive from the magnet piece and stick it directly on the door, right across from the housing. Close the door slowly and watch them align perfectly. They should look like they're just barely kissing. Open and close the door a few times. You hear a little click each time. That click means they're working. Download the sensor app. Tap Add Device. Scan the QR code. Select Wi-Fi. Done. Now, when anyone opens that door at 3 in the morning, your phone alerts you immediately. You know instantly something's happening. There's no guessing. There's no wondering. You're instantly aware. The smart lock is the only one that takes real time, but it's still manageable. Find the set screw on your deadbolt. It's a tiny screw on the interior side. Loosen it with a hex wrench. The bolt pulls out from the outside. Remove the old exterior. Install the new smart lock exterior. Put the new interior piece in place and tighten the set screw. Install 4 AA batteries. Download the app, scan the QR code, select Wi-Fi. If it's a keypad lock, program your entry codes. Now you can unlock your door from your phone from anywhere. Your daughter is visiting and forgot her key? Unlock the door for her. You're in bed and you hear something outside. Just check your phone. No need to go downstairs fumbling with keys. Your granddaughter loses her key? Instead of making a new one and driving it across town, you just unlock it remotely. Easy. Here's the thing about all this. Every single device connects to your Wi-Fi. If your Wi-Fi is garbage, nothing works well. So first thing is, make sure your internet is solid. Restart your router if it's been a while, unplug it for 30 seconds and plug it back in. That fixes 90% of Wi-Fi problems. If you still have dead zones in your home, buy a Wi-Fi extender. $40 and it doubles your signal strength. If your internet ever goes out, don't panic. Your cameras keep recording to local storage cards. Your sensors keep logging. You just don't get real-time alerts. When internet comes back, everything syncs automatically. You didn't lose anything. Now, let me tell you about something that confused me for years, and probably confuses you too. Cloud storage. When your camera records, where does that video go? You can store it in the cloud, which means Amazon or whoever owns the service holds your video. Wise gives you 2 weeks free. After that, you pay. Or you can buy a microSD card for $3 and store everything locally on the card itself. The card stays in your camera. You own it. No company has it. No monthly fees. I recommend local storage. You buy 5 cards for $15 total. Your camera stores 90 days of video on each card. Way better than paying for cloud storage forever. Once everything's installed, you're going to open each app and set your notifications. You want alerts when motion is detected. You want alerts when doors open. You want alerts when your doorbell is pressed. You don't want alerts for squirrels or shadows or wind. Most of these apps have artificial intelligence now. Set them to active for 1 week. The app learns what's a real alert and what's a false alarm. After a week, the app automatically stops bothering you with false alerts. This is genius because the first week is annoying. The second week is perfect. Let me give you real examples of how this works because numbers don't mean anything until you see it in action. Margaret in Ohio installed a Wise camera pointing at her front porch. 3 weeks later, she got an alert. A man in plain clothes was trying her door handle. She saw him on video in real time. She spoke through the camera. He ran immediately. She called police and gave them the video. They caught him because he was part of a burglary ring. Margaret saved her home because of a $30 camera. Robert in Florida installed a Ring doorbell. A woman came to his door claiming to be from the water company. Robert saw her on video first. Something felt off. He spoke through the doorbell and asked her to wait while he called the water department. She got angry and left. Turns out she was running home invasion scams. Robert never opened his door because he saw her first. Dorothy in Arizona installed motion lights by her front and back doors. One night she's taking out trash with full hands. The back light turns on automatically. She can see every step clearly. She doesn't trip. She doesn't fall. 2 weeks later, 3 houses on her street get burglarized. Hers doesn't because the backlight made it too risky. James in Pennsylvania fell asleep early. A window breaks. His sensor immediately alerts him. He locks his bedroom door and calls police. They arrive in 5 minutes and catch the burglar inside his home. James survives because he was alerted immediately. These aren't made-up stories. These are real people who installed $50 devices and it changed everything. Now, let's talk about the money, because this is the part that really hits. Your entire system costs about $200. One time. Forever. A professional security company charges $50 to $80 every single month. That's $600 to $960 every year. Over 5 years, that's $3,000 to $4,800 just in monitoring fees. Add equipment and installation, and you're looking at $4,000 to $6,000 total. You just saved between $3,800 and $5,800. That's money for medication. That's money for food. That's money for your life. And you own your system. If you move, it moves with you. If you want to upgrade something, you upgrade just that part. You're not locked into a contract. You're not dependent on a company that might go out of business or raise their prices. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. This system won't stop a professional criminal who's determined to break in. Nothing will. But most burglars aren't professionals. Most burglars are looking for easy targets. They spend about 30 seconds checking a house. They see lights, they see cameras, they see alarm signs. They move to the next house. This system makes your house look like too much trouble. Criminals are like everyone else. They want the path of least resistance. You're not Fort Knox. You're just the house that's too much work. By the end of this month, you're going to have 5 devices installed. Everything's going to work together. Your family's going to stop worrying about you. You're going to sleep better at night. When you hear a noise, you don't panic. You grab your phone and look. You see what it is. Maybe it's a deer. Maybe it's a neighbor's cat. Maybe it's nothing. But you know. You're in control. You're safe. And that feeling is worth way more than $200. That's the whole point of this system. It's not about the technology. It's about peace of mind. It's about sleeping at night without anxiety. It's about knowing you're protected. Do it this week. Order the devices today. Install them this weekend. By next Wednesday, you'll be set up. You'll be protected. You'll be you again. Not worried you all the time. Stay safe.